Hey guys! Today we're going to be talking about the Samekh! The Samekh makes the sound like in summer. The Peshat level of understanding for this letter is that it has a numerical value of 60 and it is the 15th letter of the Hebrew alphabet. It means medicine, fence, and support. The Remez level of understanding for this letter is that 6 plus 0 equals 6.
Which leads into the third level of understanding, the Darash. 6 in the Hebrew alphabet is the letter Vav, and Vav means creation, man, and Torah. And the Torah is exactly what the meaning of Samekh is. The Torah is our support and our medicine. It guides us to the infinite light, and it is a light unto our feet.
The Torah is composed of the first 5 books of the Bible, which is Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Back then, the Torah was written in a scroll format, but now it is in the form of a book.
The Torah is our protective shield. It sustains us and gives us strength when we read it and put it into action. The fourth level of understanding is that Samekh also means a support. It says God supports those who fall. It says in Psalms 145. Samekh is also like a sukkah. What is a sukkah? A sukkah is a temporary dwelling where the presence of God is. It is our shelter and protection. Did you know that Yeshua was born in a sukkah? He was born to bring us enlightenment. Samekh comes after the letter Nun, and when we put Nun and Samekh together, it spells the word Nes, which means miracle. We have it backwards. Remember, Hebrew is read from right to left. Nes, Nun makes the N sound, and Samekh makes the S sound. So Nes. A person of faith is a walking miracle. Now I will teach you how to draw and paint the Samekh.
To draw the Samekh, we are going to start by making a few dots. I'm going to be using this template, but you'll also be provided with this template too, so you can use either one you want or both. But I'm going to be doing my drawing based off of this one, so I'm going to do that right now. I suggest using a ruler in this one for some parts, like these, that, those, that's, this. Okay, to start. We're going to make the dot right here at the top. So I'll say make the dot imaginary grid lines. I'll say close to the middle of the top left quadrant. Right there. So then what we're going to do, we're going to make this curved line down. A point there. So I'm just going to start from the top, and I'm going to do this entire thing. I know it's really long. I'm going to connect back here. Okay, now that I have the outside of this done, I'm going to do the inside. The inside is going to be that part as the outside. So the next thing I'm going to do is make this trellis here. So right about, not too close above, but I'll say like right about here, half an inch above this part. We're just going to go out, then curve in, then go back down. Like that. So we're going to try replicating the same thing we did over here to the other side. We're going to try making it as similar as possible. Like that. What I'm going to do next is make this part here. If you see, it has like this like triangular type of thing here. So with the other side, that's what I'm going to do now. Now that we have this part done, I'm going to make this trapezoid here. This is a trapezoid. We don't know what a trapezoid is yet. But this is the trapezoid. You start right here. Go straight up. Do a little bit of space. Straight that way. And then we're gonna go down. Connecting at that corner. Like that. And at these points, we're just gonna go straight up. Like that. And this is where we're gonna start using our ruler. So we want all of our lines to end right here, our trellis. So you want to like make straight lines. So you want to split this triangle in half. So let's just do that right now. Split the triangle in half. Just like that. Then I'm just gonna make 4 straight lines down. Like that. Then I'm just gonna make 3 lines. You can like try leaving the same amount of lines for the other side too. And we're going to connect all the lines to this end right here. So straight lines. Now I'm going to do the same on the other side. Then for this part, I'm going to make like this type of gate type of thing. Like that. So other than that, that's how you draw the Samekh.
To paint the Samekh, these are the colors that I will be using. Spring green, bright blue, real green, Caribbean, purple iris, real yellow, white, classic caramel, and fuchsia. Also nutmeg. First we'll start off with painting the background, and I'm going to try to make it a little lighter than this one that I previously did. So I'm going to use more of Caribbean, a little bit of bright blue, and white. Now we're going to read to you Psalm 119, verses 116 to 120.
Actually, 113 to 120. 113 through 114. I hate double-minded ones, but your Torah I love. You are my hiding place and my shield. In your word I hope.
So it says, you are my hiding place and my shield. Remember that Samekh means fence, and what does a fence do? It can protect like a shield does.
The next 2 verses are 115 through 116. Away from me, evildoers, so I may keep the mitzvot of my God. Sustain me according to your word, so I may live, and let me not be ashamed of my hope.
Remember that Samekh means support, right? And it says in the psalm, sustain me. That's another word for support.
The next 2 verses is 117 through 118. Support me and I will be saved, and study your decrees continually. You despise all who wander from your decrees, for their deceitfulness is in vain.
That one's easy, right? The first word is support, and that's exactly what Samekh means.
The last 2 verses are 119, like Psalm 119, through 120. All the wicked of the earth you remove like dross. Therefore I love your testimonies. My flesh shudders for fear of you, and I am in awe of your judgments.
So that first thing, right, it says removed like dross. Well, remember that Samekh also means medicine. And what does medicine do? Like when you take medicine, it removes all of the sickness, right? The bad things that you don't want. That's what you take medicine for, to remove sickness. So we have just read to you Psalm 119 verses 113 to 120 and explained to you how it correlates with the Samekh. So now I'm going to do this little area in here and on top of here, as you can see in this painting. And yeah, I'm going to use the same color I used for the whole background. So now we're going to paint our actual Samekh, and to do this I used a combination of purple iris and fuchsia. Next, I'm going to use my nutmeg brown, and I'm just going to go around kind of this border here, like this, and do these lines in here and go all around. So now I'm going to use a combination of spring green and yellow. I'm going to mix them together, and I'm going to color paint in this entire area here and all these sections in between the brown bars. So now that that's done, I'm just going to let it dry a little bit, and I'm going to do like these fields over here on the sides with the same color. So now this little path here, I'm going to be using perspective, and the way this works is that you kind of do like a V. You start very small here, and as you come down you get bigger and bigger and bigger, so it kind of looks like the path is going on for a long time. So I'm going to start off with the green, this green path here, and then the brown sides on the side. And we're going to do the same thing now with the brown paths on the side, and I'm going to be using classic caramel. So next, I'm going to go back to my spring green and yellow combination, and I'm going to color or paint in all of these boxes, but not paint to the lines. So now with classic caramel, I'm going to go over these lines here. So now I'm going to do these vines up here on top of the Samekh, and I'm still going to be using my spring green yellow combination. Just get my number 2 brush, put it with paint, and I'm just going to kind of like stamp it on top. Now with the same color that I used for the Samekh, I'm going to be using to make my grapes. I'm just going to use the very tip top of my angle brush, number 2, and I'm going to start down here where it's dry. I'm just going to tap. Now I'm going to do the same thing with fuchsia. Now I'm just going to take my real green and kind of just shade in some darker parts of the field. That's how you draw the Samekh.
Today you learned about the Samekh and how it makes the sound like in summer. You learned that how it has a numerical value of 6G and it's the 15th letter of the Hebrew alphabet. You learned that it means fence, medicine, and support.
You learned that 6 in the Hebrew alphabet is the number of Vav, and Vav means our Torah. And that is exactly what the meaning of Samekh is. The Torah is our support and it guides us. You learned that Samekh means to support and that God supports those who fall. It says that in Psalm 145. And finally, you learned that Samekh comes after the letter Nun. And when you put Nun and Samekh together, it spells Nes. This is how you spell Nes, with a Nun and a Samekh. Nes. Nes means miracle. A person of faith is a walking miracle, right? The Nun is walking, a continuation. We hope you enjoyed this video. Shalom!